or if you want to go to the March 1st rally in San Francisco and go on the march, you can go at Civic Center. SF State has rented some vans, which is very nice of them, and they'll pick you up at 6 o'clock that evening. So you can go to the rally and march.
The bus is 6 o'clock, Civic Center.
Buses in Oakland,
What the hell?
yeah, I think so. I mean, all that thing about Ben, I thought was under the water under the bridge. God damn it!
Dude, I had to finish it up.
I know, and it was great. Obviously, that's fine.
Emergency proposal passed tonight. The language is a proposal to the General Assembly of Occupy San Francisco. This is an emergency finance proposal to be passed or blocked at General Assembly, to be presented on February 28, 2012, and to be decided on February 28, 2012 or March 1st, 2012. OccupySF Autonomous Action requests $50 to send to Michael Ray Chapin, arrested at the raid on OccupySF Bradley Manning Plaza camp on December 7, 2011, at the Idaho State Correctional Institute, to use at the commissary for food and other goods. OccupySF Autonomous Action requests $50 to purchase writing paper, envelopes, stamps, and pens to host a letter writing gathering for Michael. We propose to have a letter writing gathering from 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. while people are eating at the next General Assembly following the pass of this proposal. And it's signed by Alex, Megan, Zago,
Where's Jesse?
Jesse, and myself.
I'll sign it.
I also have Michael's address in jail here. If anyone wants to write and get the address today, I have it right here on this proposal.
Also, Pirate Mike's got that information as well. This is just the official version of what Jesse talked about earlier.
This is a proposal.
I had no prior knowledge.
Hey, he didn't even know this was
I had no
happening.
prior knowledge of that.
Interesting.
Okay,
Synchronicity.
Mike.
I need your pen.
Mike,
Go for it.
Mike.
That's fine.
Okay, point of
Do you want to give that address out?
Yeah, I'll give it out on the
Yeah,
line.
okay, point of information.
Well, no, point of process.
Point of process.
Thank you.
We do have finance procedures, and this could be brought as a request to the finance committee.
Yeah.
When does that meet?
Tomorrow.
Okay, so you want to speak to the urgency issue?
I was asked to do this. We had a meeting yesterday, an emergency meeting at Autonomous Action. Zagam was going to speak to the emergency nature of this, and he is not here yet. So as I said, this is to be passed on Thursday. So if people want 2 days to discuss this, or to try to bring this to finance tomorrow, you said?
Yes.
Then we can do this, because as I said, we're not trying to push it to be passed until Thursday.
Okay. Okay. So here's the question then. Given that there's been a point of order in terms of point of process in terms of the process for finance, is there somebody that's going to be able to go to that meeting tomorrow to do this and process it that way, or not?
I don't know.
Okay.
I would keep it as a written proposal for Thursday's GA, but I will still try to have somebody, or I will go to the finance meeting tomorrow and try to get it passed there.
Okay.
I
A question
understand.
here. Question.
You can fill out a request
I don't have
tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
Perfect. I'll fill out a request tonight.
I don't have a question. I just, I'd like to speak to the urgency of this. This guy's chilling in jail, and prison and commissary is a big deal. And he wouldn't be there if he didn't get busted with us,
And I'd also like
Who
to say
is
that
it?
Who is this?
Who is the individual again, please?
Ryan.
Rover Mike. Mike Rover.
Rover
Yeah, Rover.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll support this proposal either way, but I think that just the circumstances of the request, that it is kind of urgent.
It's an emergency. It's an emergency.
It's an emergency when you need money.
Okay.
jail.
That's fine.
Okay,
So
so
we do
it
have
sounds like
procedures.
there's some energy in this. So let's have let's have a little bit of a discussion. Any concerns about this proposal? Any questions or concerns about this proposal? Mike.
yes. I just had a quick aside with Ryan here. There's a possible solution in that this could be taken up as a donation drive, supplemented by OSF General Fund, or it could be just a pass the hat kind of thing. But he is a brother. I would have to give Sparkly approval to this, but
the thing is, I would consider it technically a stand aside.
Okay.
So I'm with saving the proposal for later, but I do agree to act. The need to act is now.
Okay,
Well,
thank
if
you.
there's
We are
the
getting
will.
some donations
Let's-
of the writing materials tomorrow, possibly.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, any other comments?
No,
David?
I'm just saying I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
Mike,
saying technically.
I would support the proposal.
I'm suggesting
I
that
do have a
it's-
question though. Right now we have 1 or 2 brothers in jail who need our help. If we had 100, would we be doing the same thing? How will we handle mass numbers of people in jail for a long time in terms of our resources?
Take donations for it. We can take donations for it if it comes to that.
Do you really want to answer?
That's what I would say.
Okay,
I just be
you
aware
an
we're
answer if
setting
you want.
precedents, and as our numbers
what's your
swell,
concern? Okay, Ryan, you heard the concern,
Would you like me to answer?
if you wish.
Okay. I would say that the more that we show support in real ways for the people that have standed up to defend Occupy's camps and have gotten arrested because of it, the more people will see that we're a legitimate movement, a legitimate community that supports its people, and the more people will want to give us finances to support those people. I think that's how it'll work. The more we put out, the more people are going to give to us. The more we hoard, the less people are going to give to us. It's that simple.
Sir, yeah, what is your name, sir? I'm sorry. Jones. Jonas, okay.
John.
John. Also, Ryan's asking for money for paper and pencils. $50 for paper and pencils for each person in there. I think a pen or a pencil will last probably more than one letter. So we could think of it as an investment to the prison letter writing fund, if you like.
We should start a working group.
Start
Yeah,
working
prison
group, yeah.
writing working group.
Prison outreach.
Prison outreach working group, something like that. It's just the pens and pencils we're selling there. You can't get another
It comes under the purview of a few working groups, actually.
Okay, Ryan?
This couldn't fall under legal.
I did.
All right, Blondie?
I have one thing to actually add on to that. As you all know, I was arrested on the 14th, Valentine's Day, and this is actually pretty much would help anybody at this point that has been with Occupy as long as Mike, Rover Mike, and all of us have been, because there may be times where we need to write something down and send it out immediately, or we need help getting back and meet kind of a little something to help us get back on our feet. Something like that. And I do agree with this.
Okay, thank you. Any other? Go ahead. Right here.
I think it's great to send some funds to this gentleman in prison.
Mic
to
check on
support
you.
him.
Mic check.
I think it's good to send money to him so that he's happy, as happy as he can be in prison. But I feel like $50 is a little bit too steep for paper and pencils.
And envelopes and stamps
Oh,
to have a letter writing part.
oh okay, so it's
So we can all write letters to him. Stamps.
Okay.
Stamps.
Question.
On the issue of her little subject, they actually do, after a while, the cost of everything, since I looked at all that information, does add up after a while, and a pen may last, 5-10 letters. Right. Paper kind of goes quickly if you're also doing drawings or things like that, stamps, envelopes, and food, because the food is kind of crappy.
And if you're not any good at spades, it'll go quick.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to get a temperature check on this, to see where we are on this particular issue. So let's do the little twinkly finger thing. Anybody who is predisposed to considering this proposal, please let's show. Okay. All right. So,
Twinkly fingers? Anyone?
here's the next question then. What I need to look at is this something that we believe tonight is urgent and needs to be consensus on tonight? So let's show of hands here like this. Show of
It's been there
hands.
for a while.
Okay, and I need to show, okay, thank you, and the show of hands for those who don't believe it needs to be passed. Okay, so, here's what we're gonna do. I need to show, anybody who has any major concerns about this going through and consensus upon tonight. Any major concerns? Anybody? Okay, so, everybody, we're gonna go forward with this, unless there are any major concerns.
Especially tomorrow.
Thumbs up to approve the $50 to be expended tonight. Okay? Anybody stand aside? Any stand aside? No stand asides. Anybody blocking? Oh, stand
Sorry,
aside.
no, I'm not. Sorry.
Okay. You want to make a comment, Megan? You have the whole floor. Come in here. Okay, we passed their proposal tonight. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
You'll have, make sure you get the money.
So that was consensus on that.
Consensus.
All
Okay,
right.
you have a
Rover
proposal?
Mike.
Yeah, am I next?
Yeah. You're gonna have- you're gonna have
Read his address out.
Can you speak?
Oh, sure.
He's got stuff in his pockets.
Although I'm wired.
Okay, Mike,
Rob.
Here, let me help. Okay, you got it.
Unfortunately, Shale's not here, and he has all the finance committee records. But we're a little backed up on. We're a little backed up on the requests that have been approved by GA and also by the finance committee. So I just want to bring this proposal, introduce this proposal to access the bank account because we need GA's approval. I don't have the numbers with me, but I'll bring them on Thursday once I finally get in touch with Shale. I'll be seeing him tomorrow. I've been unable to reach him by phone.
okay, do you have this in writing?
No.
Okay, put it in writing.
Yes.
And then by the end of this meeting, we will agree to accept it as a proposal.
Thank you.
Okay? All right. Anybody else have any more proposals for tonight? Any more proposals
Good
for
job.
tonight? Okay.
You're like a pro already.
We have a discussion item, I believe, pending, but go ahead, Ryan.
I just want to read his mailing address out.
You want to read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that cool?
We're going to write them down if we want to write to them?
If you want to write this down, you can write it down. I'm also reading it off for the live stream.
Write down Michael's address.
So, Michael's been in jail since he was arrested in December at our raid. If you want to write to him, it's Michael Ray Chapin. So, Ray is R-A-Y, Chapin is C-H-A-P-I-N at 72557 Idaho State Correctional Institute. Unit 15, P.O. Box 14, Boise, Idaho 83707. Boise is spelled B-O-S-I-E. And
It should be Boise. And it should be spelled.
it's spelled Boise?
It's Boise, Idaho.
Sorry, B-O-I-S-I-E. There's a typo. And if anyone wants to contribute to money to give to him through the commissary, in addition to what we passed tonight, GA, I'll put this jar in the center of the circle.
Yeah, it should be B-O-I-S.
Yes, so that's it's spelled B-O-I-S-E.
Yes, any money that goes in there will go right to him for commissary.
There's already money in there.
As a simple point to make as someone who knows from being in jail, commissary makes the ride a hell of a lot easier to take.
Correct. I second that at this point.
All right, next is a discussion item. So we have one discussion item. Mike is bringing forward on the Re-Occupy. Hang on. One discussion item. Anybody else have a discussion item they want to propose? Anybody else have a discussion item for tonight you want to propose? Okay, unanimously, we will go ahead with Mike's discussion item.
All right.
Okay.
First, there's a couple of people over there whose brains I admire.
Use that microphone.
Well,
In other words, get over here.
Beth and
I'll go
Chance.
get him. Hold on. I'll get him. We need you guys here.
We need your brains.
It's true. We need your lovely faces and your
I
brains.
said we want to eat your brains.
Well, I just like
like zombies do.
I just like to borrow the brains
can
of
you do me a
everybody
favor
I
and-
get, actually. So when we make plans like
Can you do
this,
me a favor and
make sure
turn that off? It
everybody's kind of on
gives me
board
a. Please, thanks.
concept. So the broad sketch is this. We're reestablishing our presence here on a 24/7 basis. In order to make it successful, certain ground rules need to be reminded to people, or people need to be reminded what those things are, which is basic. The biggest thing is sanitation and hygiene, presentation, and our ability to attract more adherents to our movement. Now, we're not going to embarrass ourselves this time, I hope. So anybody who has protocol issues, who wasn't here during version 1, we will hip you to how it should go down here. So, as far as the tarping, the ropes, the tents, and all of that, strategically, we're doing this 24/7, but tactically, the situation on the ground remains fluid, cooperative, and compliant, so that we have no arrestees, we have no big raids, or anything like this. When we get to the point that we're comfortable with tarps, tents, and we outgrow our site here, and we find it by necessity to reestablish JHP, then we will do so. But in the meantime, we're going to keep people here awake all the time. That doesn't mean you can't sleep. It just means that people really need to do guard duty and really need to wake people up and really not to steal stuff and really need to follow the rules that we tried to get the community on board with back in September. So, I apologize once again for my forceful tone, but this is the extremity of my passion for this movement. Alright? So, each night we're going to do a head count of the potential sleepers or campers or eaters or whatever you want to call them, the occupiers. We need a head count every day. We want to make sure that if people are sleeping, we let them rest, because we're not about sleep deprivation. We're about letting people peacefully assemble in a manner that people choose to do so. We're not going to wake up our brothers and sisters unless there's a cop coming for them. Everybody should be able to have their gear ready to pack up and scram if we have to, or stay and defend as you will. You will have supporters in either case. This thing, it may last a day, it may last a week, it may last a month, but this movement lasts the rest of our lives. And if we can withstand assaults time and time again, we can continue to do so. There's no reason except the psychological damage of our last attack on December 7th had on us, and the weather. The man used that weather against us. He used our own biology against us. So, people who do plan on staying here need to be geared up. They have to have sweaters. There's requirements to be a part of this again. All are welcome, but not all should stay. Do not overestimate your endurance. This is a heavy thing, and it's going to last a long time. So please, everybody, I'm putting together a little field book about all this junk. It'll be really neat and funny, but in the meantime, let's just abide by basic rules of keeping ourselves presentable and maintain our personal hygiene. There are ample toilets. I personally may gripe at you very hard if I catch you doing something nasty or untowards another human being here. So, that's about...
Okay, Michael,
Or unbecoming of an occupier.
Michael, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to have a discussion about this.
Yes.
Okay?
That's the subject,
All right. And before we go to that, though, we have a piece we need to handle because of a time frame and a logistical thing. Okay, so we're going to have Kiwan go first.
Oh, hey, Kiwan.
Kiwan is here. Welcome back to
Hi everyone.
reality here, I guess.
I mentioned in some email recently that a friend of mine contributed to this project to get 100,000 of these printed.
Yep.
We're blocking off all the rest
Now
of it.
she has 600 to give away locally. She might be getting more.
What is it?
This is the declaration of the New York occupation of New York City, and it has the principle of solidarity, which was passed by the New York GA, declaration of the occupation of New York City, which was also passed by the GA. And to the Occupied movement, the occupiers of Tahrir Square are with you. That's an open letter to the Occupied movement from Egypt. So this booklet, very beautifully put together, has those 3 documents. And I brought 250, as many as I could bring in my bag tonight to give away to people who want to do outreach and also want to distribute it internally. So I just want to drop off a batch here, and I'll send out more information about how to get more. So.
Hey, Freeman Solman, thanks for the info. Daniel Eisenberg will be speaking at San Francisco City Hall tomorrow at noon. And anti-NDAA rally. Yes, Mr. Freeman Solman, thank you for that information. We will probably be there streaming. Passing out some literature here to share. I'll take one.
I got one.
Oops. Let's not kick over the
jar.
The jar, yes. It's collecting money in it. And as a reminder for all you viewers, the donation link for online donations is on the OccupySanFrancisco.org website. That is the donate link on the top right corner. And then you go down and it goes to a WePay. That is the official donation for those of you that do want to help out with Grover, who's in prison. We're going to send him some money to help out with commissary. And it will help with the general work group's functions to be able to continue to do what we do, make signs and protest and get food and things like that. We need fuel for our vehicles to get around and things like that. So the general fund basically takes care of those things for us, and we appreciate your donations. Thank you very much.
If we can pick up this discussion topic, I think let's do this temperature check on this discussion item that Mike has brought up. If I can get a show of hands of those who are interested in discussing this tonight, please do some twinkly fingers here.
What are we discussing?
Discussing Mike's
Weren't you paying attention?
I was looking at
strategy.
I'm just teasing.
Here's what I'm going to do then. I'm just going to do a circle. We'll just do a circle stack.
Sorry guys.
We're going to do a circle stack. We're going to start here. We're going to go around the circle. Anybody who wishes to speak on it, you will.
You're welcome, Freeman Sullivan. I will always be streaming. This is my weapon.
And you can just pay. Okay? Everybody have a problem with that? Everybody okay with that? Okay. Start with
And as a reminder, this is One Liberty from live stream. I have Raw here on Ustream. Occupy One Liberty on Twitter, and Occupy One Liberty on at Gmail.
I just hope, because of our past experience, that we're going to set a clear policy about alcohol and drug use on site, so that we can model something for the next camp.
Absolutely. Chance brings up a huge point, because many of our friends are in the camps like to, relax. But here's the point. Here at this site, at the Fed building, at work, there will be no drugs or alcohol, guys. No nonsense. No fighting, no personal BS. When you go back to your spot or your camp, you do what you want to do. It was a hard day, you earned it. But that won't be tolerated here. A lot of us are used to, myself exceptionally included, have gotten used to treating this place like my living room as opposed to my workplace, okay? So I am gonna not be smoking so much and doing what I do, except outside the boundaries of work. And that's what I want everyone to keep in mind. Here on this version 2 is even more important, because the first one was beautifully accidental. This one is purposeful. This one is strategic. Once again, tactics have to be situational based. Right now, we can't afford to make this look bad. Even if there's
Speak
four
up,
of us
Mike.
here. I'm sorry.
Can't hear you.
Even if there's 4 of us here, she's got the boom mic.
Oh.
But that's about it, guys. I mean, for
Okay,
me,
Mike,
unless we have
are you
other-
interested in people expressing their voices on this?
Yes.
Okay, so let's give them the time
Absolutely.
to do that now, okay? Great. Sarah, you're next. Beth, you're next. I'm sorry, Beth.
Okay. Oh,
Sarah,
sorry.
she didn't get the picture. You can be last, okay?
Okay.
Is that right? Sarah, go ahead.
Okay, all right. Concerns, okay, I very much support this, of course. I'd love to see the presence back here. I honor everybody who's been sticking it out here continuously. So we have the seeds already. Is there going to be like a core of committed people that will be a presence out here?
Yes,
Okay.
that will be predicated by the head count every
Okay,
morning.
and so the second concern that I have is that we get, when people get attacked by the police and they lose their gear and they end up with no blankets, no sleeping bags, are we going to have the support of the larger movement? Are we going to have a mechanism for making sure that people aren't freezing out here? Because that's been an issue that's concerned me.
Sarah, that is one of the pressing issues of the day and one of the more bitter lessons of the past. we're hoping that this action, coordinated with the other 40 reoccupies happening right now, tonight, around the country, that this will inspire a broader support system.
And I just
that
have one other
right
point.
now it appears that our support has dwindled, but it hasn't. Just like us, they're pulling back and reassessing the thing.
Right.
All right. Our show of dedication, it will come. Things will be fine. People will be taken care of. If it rains, we'll be dry. If it's cold, we'll be warm. If we're hungry, we'll be fed. It's going to be tough sometimes, but we can do this.
Third thing, and I want to be brief. I don't want to hang it up here. Is I hope
it's an intense, intimate thing.
Okay. I hope there's a way for us to have our literature out here. I hope that there's a way.
Keep going.
Because that was the heart of this thing. So that's all.
Yeah. Okay, great. All right, great. Yes, sir. Yes.
So in hysterical stat, we all express our views, and then the person that's doing the discussion topic gets to talk.
No.
So write down,
we talk about.
because we're trying to all express our opinions, and if you answer each one of us, we're not all going to be heard. So if you would you write some notes for us, each of us as we talk, and that way when you respond, you can respond to each point. Because otherwise, it's hard for all of us to talk.
I don't see why we have to get boggled down in process.
It's not process, Mike.
Okay, Mike, he's got a point of process. I accept
it wasn't process. It's a point of process.
It's a point of process. Mike, I accept the point of process is valid.
Mike,
we should do it honor it.
It's unequal voice. You're speaking after every person, so you get the circle times you.
Well, okay,
So-
I see your point. That's a better way to put it to me then.
Yeah, you have plenty
So-
of time to express yourself at the end of the circle. Okay?
See that streamer there? That streamer is transmitting on Occupy SF Live. That's Rob with the Finance Committee streaming team, several other things. So if you want to continue this discussion, I'm going to have to go down and charge my battery. So if you want to catch the rest of the
battery charger that's in Rob's backpack.
just a minute. If you want to catch the rest of the discussion on this, you go to Ustream, and that's hold on a second.
Generate solutions successful to everyone. To all communities that take action and for groups in spirit of direct democracy, we offer support, documentation, and all the resources at our disposal. I think that answers all of our questions about this.
Fucking amen, brother.
Occupy Wall Street, New York is asking you to reoccupy today.
Yeah, if you don't have time, if you need a process to talk,
Okay,
then
so-
we can do that. Nice! I saw that coming.
Okay, so I got to trip that up. Glass on the deck isn't good.
All gonna be quiet for 1 second.
My bad. Anyway, Occupy SF Live is the stream that will continue flowing there. And we also have one other streamer here. Hey, what's your stream?
Ashley Swan.
Ashley Swan.
Yes.
Ashley _Swan?
The next 12 hours. So, right
I can't see that.
Guys are gonna have to cut this now.
I am killing. I'm getting. Just relax, Phil.
Ashley
Relax.
Swan. No underscore.
Okay. And I am killing it. I gotta shut the stream down, but I wanted to just get you guys the rest of the stuff going there, so that you can continue watching. We have somebody that does video streaming. I'll let you watch this for a minute. That's not gonna work. Anyway, Occupy One Liberty signing out. Peace and love from Occupy San Francisco.